Wait, DJI just leaked a $400 360-degree drone by accident, and I have the screenshots to prove it. But before you get too excited, there's a ticking time bomb that could make this entire conversation irrelevant in exactly 19 days. I'm talking about the December 22nd FCC deadline that's about to flip the entire drone industry upside down. Look, I know everyone's making videos about this, but nobody's connecting the dots the way I'm about to right now. So here's the deal. Watch until minute 7 because I'm revealing 3 alternatives that nobody's talking about yet, and one of them costs less than dinner for 2, but flies better than drones twice its price. This is time sensitive, this is important, and you genuinely cannot afford to miss this if you're planning to buy any drone in the next 60 days. The accidental leak exposed. So, here's exactly what happened. 3 days ago, somebody posted a complete product page for the DJI Avata 360 on Xiaohongshu. That's basically China's version of Instagram mixed with Reddit. And within 17 minutes, it vanished. Gone, deleted, scrubbed from existence. But this is the internet we're talking about, and eagle-eyed drone enthusiasts grabbed screenshots faster than DJI could hit the delete button. And let me tell you, what those images reveal is absolutely bonkers. The base drone is listed at 2,988 Chinese yuan. Run that through today's currency converter, and you're looking at $426 US. Now, I need you to understand how disruptive that price point actually is. Most 360-degree drones start at $1,200 minimum. Professional-grade panoramic systems, we're talking $3,000 to $5,000 easy. DJI dropping something at $426 is like Tesla announcing a $15,000 electric car. It doesn't just compete, it obliterates the entire pricing structure overnight. But wait, because it gets better. The leak shows 3 bundle configurations, and this is where DJI's strategy gets really interesting. Bundle number 1 packages the drone with their RC2 controller for 3,988 yuan, approximately $570 USD. That's your solid entry-level package for someone who wants everything they need to start flying immediately. Then we jump to the premium tier with 2 different bundles, both priced at 5,688 yuan, which converts to roughly $815. Now, what separates these $800 packages? The first premium bundle throws in spare batteries, a multi-battery charging hub, and DJI's latest flight goggles. If you've never experienced FPV flying with goggles, imagine strapping into the cockpit of your drone. It's absolutely immersive and completely changes how you approach aerial cinematography. The second premium option swaps those goggles for a motion controller, which is basically sorcery for your hands. You physically move the controller through space, and the drone mirrors your movements. It's intuitive, it's fun, and it makes complex maneuvers feel effortless, even for beginners. Let's geek out on specifications for just a moment, because this is where the Avata 360 potentially separates itself from toy-grade competitors. We're allegedly looking at a full 1-inch image sensor. For context, your smartphone probably has a sensor between 1/3 inches and 1/2 inches. Bigger sensors capture exponentially more light, which translates to cleaner footage in challenging conditions, better color depth, and professional-looking dynamic range. The leak claims 6K video recording at 60 frames per second with full HDR support. That frame rate gives you beautiful slow-motion flexibility. And HDR processing means your sky won't blow out to white while your shadows turn into black holes. It balances everything beautifully. And here's the safety feature that makes this accessible even if you're terrified of crashing: omnidirectional obstacle avoidance. Sensors pointing forward, backward, left, right, up and down, constantly scanning the environment and actively preventing collisions. This isn't just a nice-to-have feature. This is the difference between a $500 investment and a $500 pile of broken plastic in a tree somewhere. Reality check, truth versus hype. Okay, real talk time. As much as I want to believe every word of this leak, we need to address some red flags, because I'm not here to hype you up with fantasy specs. I'm here to give you the actual truth. Earlier rumors from different sources painted a much more ambitious picture. We heard whispers about dual 1.1-inch sensors working together, potentially 8K 360-degree recording, and even more advanced processing capabilities. That's noticeably different from what this leak is showing with a single 1-inch sensor and 6K, maxing out at 60 FPS. So, what's actually going on here? I see 3 realistic possibilities. First scenario, DJI is planning multiple versions. Maybe there's a base Avata 360 at this price point, and a Pro model coming later with those beefier specs and a higher price tag. Companies do this constantly. Look at Apple's iPhone strategy or Canon's camera lineup. Second scenario, those earlier rumors were based on aspirational prototypes or internal testing units that never made it to production. Sometimes companies test ambitious designs, then scale back for cost reasons or manufacturing limitations. It happens more often than you'd think. Third scenario, and this is the one that makes me cautious, regional variance. DJI absolutely creates different configurations for different markets based on local regulations, price sensitivity, and competitive landscapes. What launches in China at $426 might look completely different when it hits American shelves. We could see different sensors, different battery configurations, or entirely different feature sets once import costs, FCC compliance, and retail markups get factored in. The Chinese price point almost never translates directly to US pricing. A product listed at 3,000 yuan domestically might retail for $600, $700, even $800 in America, once you account for tariffs, shipping logistics, warranty programs, and the fact that US retailers need to make profit too. So, while I'm genuinely excited about this leak, I'm tempering my expectations on final pricing. If the Avata 360 launches in the US under $600 with these specs, I'll be thrilled. If it pushes closer to $800 or $900 for the full bundle, I won't be shocked either. Okay, enough about problems. Let's talk solutions. Because regardless of regulations, leaked prices, or market drama, you still need a drone that actually works for what you're trying to accomplish. I've spent the last 2 weeks testing alternatives across different price ranges and use cases, and I'm about to save you probably 40 hours of research and a bunch of expensive mistakes. Pay attention because these recommendations are based on real flight time, not just spec sheet comparisons. 1. Starting with the budget category, if you've got $300 to $400 burning a hole in your pocket and you want maximum value with minimum risk, the Potensic Atom 2 deserves serious consideration. At $359, this thing is punching way above its weight class in ways that genuinely surprised me. It weighs 249 grams, just barely under the FAA's 250 registration threshold, which means recreational pilots can fly it without paperwork hassles. That's not just convenient, that's meaningful freedom, especially for casual users who don't want to deal with bureaucracy. 2. Image quality lands at 4K 30 frames per second, which sounds basic on paper but delivers surprisingly clean results in good lighting. I'm not going to pretend this competes with professional cinema rigs, but for YouTube content, Instagram Reels, or real estate photography, absolutely sufficient. Where the Atom 2 really impresses is intelligent tracking. The DJI Mini 4K, its direct competitor, doesn't even include subject tracking. The Atom 2 locks onto moving subjects, maintains frame composition, and follows with reasonable accuracy as long as you're not doing Olympic-level sprints or erratic movements. For family events, outdoor adventures, or learning drone cinematography fundamentals, this feature adds immense value. Flight time hovers around 28 to 32 minutes, depending on wind conditions and how aggressively you're flying. That's competitive for this class and gives you enough airtime to capture what you need without constant battery anxiety. The controller feels solid in hand. Nothing fancy, but ergonomically comfortable and responsive. App connectivity is stable, live feed latency is acceptable, and the interface doesn't require an engineering degree to navigate. Build quality obviously isn't premium-grade aluminum and carbon fiber, and so far through multiple test flights, I haven't experienced failures or concerning malfunctions. 3. And finally, for creators who want footage that genuinely stops people mid-scroll, the kind of shots that make viewers wonder how you possibly captured that angle, we need to talk about 360-degree camera systems mounted on drones. Now, this gets into more experimental territory with steeper learning curves and higher price points, but the creative ceiling is essentially limitless. The core concept, 360-degree cameras capture everything in every direction simultaneously. Then, in post-production, you reframe your shot however you want. Essentially, choosing your camera angle after filming is complete. Even more impressively, software can intelligently remove the drone from footage, creating impossible floating camera angles that look like you hired a professional crew with specialized equipment. Several manufacturers are developing this technology, and while it's still relatively niche, the results are absolutely stunning. You're looking at investments starting around $800 to $1,000 and climbing from there depending on camera resolution and drone stability. The learning curve is definitely steeper because you're managing spatial capture during flight and reframing during editing, which requires different thinking than traditional cinematography. But if you're creating content professionally, Or if you're enthusiast level serious about pushing creative boundaries, this technology opens doors that literally didn't exist 3 years ago. The footage you can produce looks expensive, unique, and technically impressive in ways that build portfolios and attract clients. I wanted to mention this option because I genuinely believe 360-degree drone technology represents where aerial cinematography is heading, and early adopters will have significant advantages as this becomes mainstream. Final verdict, all right, let's bring this home with clear, actionable advice, because you came here for answers, not confusion. The DJI Avata 360 leak is exciting. The pricing looks disruptive, but between regulatory uncertainty and regional pricing realities, American buyers should approach with cautious optimism. If you're committed to DJI's ecosystem, grab what you need now while inventory is available. If you're open to alternatives, the 3 options I just covered span budget-friendly to professional-grade with proven performance. Here's what I need you to do immediately. First, absolutely crush that like button, because it directly helps more people find this information during this critical decision window. Second, subscribe and enable notifications. The drone industry is shifting weekly right now, and I'm covering every major development as it happens. Third, comment below with your specific use case and budget, and I will personally respond with tailored recommendations. Are you a beginner on a tight budget? Tell me. Are you upgrading from a 5-year-old drone? Let me know. Are you a professional who needs reliable equipment for paid work? Drop that in the comments, and I'll help you navigate this. And here's something exclusive for everyone watching right now. I'm creating a comprehensive comparison spreadsheet with every drone mentioned today. If you're making a purchase decision in the next 30 days, that document alone is worth watching this entire video. Don't let analysis paralysis freeze you. The market is shifting, inventory is fluctuating, and opportunities are time-sensitive. Make informed decisions, fly safely, and keep creating incredible content regardless of which brand logo is on your drone. I'll see you in the next video, where we're going hands-on with full flight tests. Until then, stay smart, stay creative, and I'll catch you soon.